everyone, welcome to another edition of Sling Paint Gaming. I'm Jim, and this is my co-host Scotch. Scotch and I are here today with another one of our quick and dirty and very low-tech pilot review videos. Today, we are going to be talking about Iden Versio. This is a pilot that you will all have access to because she came in the 2nd edition core set. Obviously the card doesn't quite look like this. A TIE LN pilot. Just to kind of give you a quick hit here, the TIE LN is the basic TIE fighter. With FFG's new naming conventions with 2nd edition, the TIE fighter became TIE LN. Then we've got like TIE SK for the TIE Striker and so on. Those of you who are not familiar with the character of Iden Versio, just give you kind of a quick synopsis of who she is. She is the main character of the story mode of Battlefront 2, the video game. She's also the main character of Battlefront 2 Inferno Squadron novel. All of the Inferno Squadron characters appear in here. Characters that we have in X-Wing now, like Gideon Hask, Saint Marana, and so forth. Iden was the daughter of an Imperial Admiral who became a Special Forces operative for the Empire. That's a really brief version of her story as told in the novel. I have a love-hate relationship with tie-in novels, but that one was actually quite enjoyable. But getting back to actual X-Wing. Iden Versio, Initiative 4, as you can see. Initiative 4, basic TIE fighter, 2 attack, 3 agility, 3 hull. What you also see on here, or maybe not depending on the lighting, is she has a single non-recurring charge. So her ability is a one-time use because it depends on that charge. And her ability, without actually reading from the card, her ability is that once per game, because that charge is non-recurring, once per game, when a friendly TIE fighter at range 0 to 1 is going to take damage, you can spend that charge to negate all of that damage. When she was first spoiled, I know some people were thinking that it was spend the charge to negate 1 damage, but it's actually negate all the damage. So if you've got a proton torpedo coming at you and it's 4 crits, and you blank out, you can spend that charge and those 4 crits just disappear. No damage is dealt. Excuse me. So you have the non-recurring charge. You can use that once, and the key thing, there are 2 key things about this ability. One is that it's a friendly TIE LN fighter, so you can't spend that charge to negate damage on, say, Darth Vader or a TIE Bomber or something like that. It has to be your basic TIE fighter. The other key element of that ability is that it specifically says a friendly ship at range 0 to 1. It doesn't say A, it doesn't say another friendly ship, and B, it says at range 0 to 1. So it's been established that a ship is friendly to itself, and that a ship is at range 0 of itself, which means that Iden's ability can be used to save her own ass, as opposed to just those around her. She is designed, completely and totally designed, to be a swarm ship. While it's possible to have her flying around on her own and to use her ability to save herself in those kind of situations, she is a TIE fighter. They're kind of designed to fly in swarms. They don't necessarily have the offense to be kind of a one ship, kind of on their own in a list. That being said, it actually might be very interesting to see her flown as a quasi-ace with something like Lone Wolf and just be off on her own, get the Lone Wolf rerolls, and then have her ability kick in when she needs to save herself. The dial, exactly the same as 1st edition, I believe. I actually never flew TIE fighters in 1st edition, so I'm not sure. So if I'm wrong and this dial has changed, by all means give me shit. Not that you would need encouragement for that. So The thing about Iden is that you can use her one of two ways, or you can look at her one of two ways. She is, like I said, for quasi ace level. She's an initiative 4. I almost said pilot skill 4. This is taking some getting used to. She's an initiative 4, so she's not top end, but she's still decent. Actually, all of the Inferno Squadron pilots are initiative 4, which was kind of a nice touch. My feeling about Iden is her best use, obviously part of a swarm. I feel she's best when she's protecting someone like Howl Runner, or even some of her other Inferno Squadron squad mates, who have really strong pilot abilities that you don't want to take the chance of them being one-shot or taken off the board early. Because we all, God knows we have all been in those situations where we're being shot at, the opponent has a decent roll, and what do your dice do? They blank out. Yeah, I'm sure we've all had nightmares about that. And that's where Iden comes in. So you've got Howl Runner on the table. Howl Runner's giving your entire swarm rerolls. And then some Y-Wing comes in with proton torpedoes, rolls 4 crits on Howl Runner. Howl Runner blanks out. In first edition, you would just be able to, okay, well, there goes that game. In second edition, with Iden Versio, you can just say, okay, let's spend that charge, and all of those crits go away. Which is, frankly, could be game-saving at times. Because you need, as we all know, I mean, we've said this in previous videos, dice mods are harder to come by in second edition. So when you have someone like Howl Runner, who can give your entire squad, or most of your squad, a reroll on offense, that's huge. And the same goes for, even without Howl Runner, if you've got Del Miko, whose ability, another Inferno Squadron guy, whose ability is when a damaged ship is attacking a friendly at range 0 to 2, you get to reroll the defense die. So he's kind of like the flip side of Howl Runner. And you've got other, I mean, you've got one of them, one of the Infernos, if he's attacking a damaged ship, he rolls an additional die. You've got another one who is basically the new Wampa. You cancel a crit, deal a face down damage card. So you've got a lot of really strong abilities in the kind of basic TIE fighter cluster that you can put into a swarm. So having a ship there that can keep one of those on the board in a situation where it would have been gone really strengthens a TIE swarm. In terms of upgrades that work well with her, she's basic TIE fighter. You don't want to put a ton of points into her. You know, you could, I mean, Crackshot is kind of an obvious one. You know, you wouldn't necessarily want to put the points for like a shield upgrade or something like that in her. There's no point, because, I mean, as good as her ability is at the end of the day, she is still just a 3-hull TIE fighter. So they're very much designed to be expendable. Her ability is what makes her a really, really strong TIE fighter. In terms of what she synergizes well with, in terms of a list, any TIE fighter. She synergizes with any TIE fighter. Her ability will trigger for any other TIE LN as long as it's range 0 to 1. And with flying her, the way they've designed the Inferno Squadron pilots being all PS4, Initiative 4. I feel like we should make a drinking game of that, where anytime any of the X-Wing YouTube channels say pilot skill, you drink. So with the Inferno Squadron all being Initiative 4, they're designed to be flown together, and their pilot abilities really work well together. But we're talking strictly about Iden here. My experience flying with Iden is I flew her with Owl Runner, Gideon Hask, Saint Morana. Those are all TIE fighters. And then I had Seventh Sister as well. And in pretty much every game, I've flown that eight or 9 games now. And in every single game I've played, Iden's ability has saved my ass. It has prevented me from losing a ship when I should have, and has had a significant impact on the game. So I know there were some people who were pretty skeptical about her when her ability was first revealed. I was one of those. Frankly, it was because I misread the ability and thought it was to negate 1 damage, not all damage. So I'm glad I learned to read in the meantime. I actually love the ability. I think it's a fantastic ability, and because it works so well in a swarm, it just makes the Imperial side that much stronger. So that's it. Another quick and dirty one. Don't forget to check out our Facebook groups, X-Wing Facebook groups. We have Facebook groups for Armada and other games as well. The X-Wing one's the most active. Ask any questions you have. Trying to remember Berto's usual spiel. Like the video, subscribe, etc., etc. Check out our token store. I know a lot of people have been asking about 2nd edition conversions for some of our more popular ones, like the Red 5 set and all kinds of that. And the, well, since I'm talking about Iden Versio, the Twin Ion set. I can tell you that the art is finished for those, to bring in all the 2nd edition specific tokens and some other ones that were missing. The artwork has been done. We are doing test prints right now. I can't give you a timeline as to when they'll be released because there is a manufacturing process involved, but we're getting there. So check out the token store, subscribe, like the video, check out our Facebook page, and that's it for us. Thanks for watching.